Welcome to Keep It, Cricket Media's show about pop culture and politics and what happens when they smack into each other at an alarming speed. I'm your host, Ira Madison III, a television writer and Fall Out Boy fan.
I'm Louis Fertel. I'm a TV writer and Jane Fonda historian.
And I'm Aida Osman. I'm a TV writer and alleged comedian.
Let's get into it.
All right, we're back with our favorite segment of the episode. It's Keep It. Rae, as the guest of honor, you get to go first.
Of honor? I've never been honored for anything. This is thrilling.
You've been back more than any guest. You feel like you're the guest of honor at this point. You are Amanda Woodward on this show. You are special guest star, Rae Sanni.
Yes. My keep it is to being petty for petty's sake.
That's all we're good at here, so just watch where you're stepping. Go ahead.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
so
no.
Your keep it is to us. I got it.
Yes, to you. To you in particular, Ira Madison 3. I'm just frustrated with this notion of being petty as if it's a good thing. And that's been prevalent on the internet for a long time. You know, people joke about how petty they are and da-da-da. But it's really, I guess, come to a head for me because yesterday, Michael K. Williams, a wonderful actor, passed. And I was, devastated by that. 50 Cent posted a picture of him.
Well, when 50 Cent posts a photo, I know things aren't going to go well.
Yeah, it's not going to go well. So 50 posted a picture of Michael K. Williams, who the rumors are that he died by overdose, and there's this, people suspect fentanyl. So 50 Cent posts a picture of Michael K. Williams and says, "Don't you watch so-and-so? We told you that fentanyl will get you." And then he hashtags his liquor brand like he does in every other post. And then when he started to get backlash for that, he changes the caption to say, "Oh, I'm not about that fake love." And I guess the suggestion being that he had beef with Michael K. Williams. So I went looking to see what the beef was about. It turns out that a movie producer, record producer who had worked with Tupac and gave Michael K. Williams one of his first movie roles in a movie called Bullet, is Jimmy Henchman. And Jimmy Henchman had Queen's drug dealer beef with 50 Cent and put out a hit on 50's friend. And he's in jail for that murder. And at some point, Michael K. Williams had tried to get Jimmy Henchman released. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. Anyway, all that's to say, 50 is happy Michael K. Williams OD'd, I guess, whatever. But there's no need to get on the internet and do such a thing. And 50's been doing that for years. He did stuff to Naturi Naughton. He's been going after Tierra Marie for years. And in the comments, there were people who were admonishing him for it, but there were just as many people being like, "I get it. 50's petty. What did you expect from him?" And we should never be in a place where we're saying, "I get it. 50's petty. What did you expect from him?" about shit like that. And I realized that it's because we've been working toward that place for years. When someone's petty online, we laugh, we kiki, it makes all the blogs and stuff. And I'm just kind of embarrassed for us as a people if we're at a place where we're making fun of a possible fentanyl overdose because they had beef about something else before. I don't like where we're going. I mean, every girl who tweets about how she stole her man's money and put milk in his shoes or something is not the same as what 50 did. But I think, all those smaller petty tweets that go viral sort of add up to a culture where 50 feels comfortable doing stuff like that. Although he's a terrible person, he probably would do it anyway. But I just feel like we're all too accepting of what's ultimately antisocial behavior. It's not
toxicity.
funny.
Saying, "What did you expect?" as if to say, you have to let it go because this has happened before is like beyond a terrible excuse. It's not an excuse. It's saying there's no argument against him. We just have to let him be. That's disgusting.
Yeah. And I just think that, on social media, like everybody is so detached and removed because, we're putting words into a place, into an ether, and nothing's tangible. But we shouldn't just accept that our words mean nothing. Our words should mean something. And it isn't funny to be proud of, toxicity and antisocial behavior. And I wish we would slow down a little. So keep it to being toxic, keep it to being petty.
I mean, I feel like when I first started, you know, like on Twitter, I mean, the most commonplace thing that people love to do was, you know, like the quote tweet of someone. So like, you know, like to drag them in a way that, but it's like, there's a difference in doing that when it's like a dumb politician that you're trying to dunk on, which is mostly useless too. But when people do it to like a random person's tweet and like you don't even know them, you just want to be rude to them. That's always wild to me.
And that it works, right? Like, I'm not gonna like act like I never was petty or that I didn't find joy in dunking on people or getting retweets or whatever. It's only recently that I've come to Jesus about this and been like, look, man, like this isn't good for me or anybody else. But like, I'm so sad about the fact that we're here where, yeah, it's funny to do awful things like that. I don't know.
Also, that's my new Housewives tagline. Come to Jesus or he's going to come for you.
If you come for me, I will send Jesus after you.
Thank you.
Mary might kill you for that.
Right. I would love to punch up some taglines. That'd be my dream job.
Wouldn't that be so fun? That would be amazing. We need to, I don't know. I don't think Andy Cohen likes me because of my tweets, but we should try and like get that job. Like, because I don't think
somebody's got to.
Yeah, because I don't think these women are clever enough to come up with that stuff on their own. And even if they're getting help, they need some more help. Some of them. So yeah, Louis, we should figure out how to pitch for stuff like that.
Flood the DMs. My Keep It is unfortunate because I feel like I do a lot of work defending this show and its continued existence, but Keep It to the last 7 or 8 things Carrie Bradshaw is wearing on this Sex and the City reboot. Oh my God. First of all, guys, we got to put a tarp up around this show so that you can film this without people looking, because it is really destroying my day when I run into one of these outfits. First of all, every new outfit like contorts what we thought the original show was. Like, people now think it was mainly a show about watching people in crazy outfits. And I'm not saying that Carrie didn't wear, shall we say, whimsical clothing from time to time.
Tutus.
Yeah, etc. Her bad fashion moments were always pretty surprising because she dressed in a believable, slightly outsized way. Now, with the outfits we're seeing, which are not chosen by Pat Field, the original designer,
because she is on Emily in Paris.
Correct.
She was like, I would rather stay with Darren Star.
Yeah, right. First of all, whatever outfits they're choosing, it's constantly Easter on this show. That's what's happening. Everything is flowing in exactly that way. But second of all, like,
and just like that, we hunted for eggs.
And just like that, Jesus is risen. But like, Carrie looks, there's no other way to put it, a fool in some of these outfits. I know that her style would evolve, 15 years after the original show. There's obviously she wouldn't dress the same way. But when I look at this, it feels like they're not decisions she would make. I can't picture Carrie Bradshaw, who is an extremely well-defined character, choosing like a flowy dress that basically goes into the street as she does her errands. Like, it's so extreme. It's so costume designed and not, it doesn't feel hewn to the character that I'm just discouraged right now. And obviously this will go away when I watch the show and I'm reacquainted with why we actually watch the show, which is Sarah Jessica Parker, to me, is one of the most charismatic actors of all time. If you have not seen the movie Girls Just Want to Have Fun recently, which in the 80s was this teen dance movie she starred in, she was already Carrie Bradshaw from the jump. She had the skills from the time she was a teenager.
I don't know how she does it.
Right. I don't know why she did it. I
have a question for you, Louis, though. That maybe it's me playing devil's advocate, and because we all know the devil needs advocates, right? Do you think that we're being trolled?
You know what? Very potentially. And I would love that. I would love to be outsmarted by Carrie and the girls. That's like the dream.
Because I feel like I remember when I moved to New York, it was during when Gossip Girl first launched and it was the height of Gossip Girl. And I remember they used to film scenes outside, and we work in TV. If you don't want people to see what is being shot, you can hide it.
Yeah.
But a show like this is like Gossip Girl in that it thrives on the paparazzi and people taking photos and talking about it online. And I would buy that they are shooting particular things outside that may never even make the show. I mean, because you remember the movie, didn't they have scenes of like Kristen Davis even like filming like in a dress outside so that we didn't know who was getting married in the first movie?
Right. And these are things that do need to be concealed. And again, I welcome the trolling in that case. I want these people to be diabolical, and they should be diabolical. In fact, it's really surprising that the last chapter of Sex and the City we have is Sex and the City 2, which is now like 11 years ago, because it really feels like the conversation has not slowed about this show at all.
That racist movie.
Yeah. With Jennifer Hudson being the finest mammy you've ever seen. The thing is that, like, I'm wondering too if we're not being trolled, but now that you raised that, that's an interesting possibility. Isn't this kind of one of the pitfalls of rebooting something, where if you reboot something so close to when it first existed, or if you're rebooting something when it's still so relevant in its original form, that it's so hyper aware of the conversation around it that it starts to overperform to like recapture that hype. Like, I wonder if it's like they're so invested in the conversation still about the fashion and what other people took away from the show rather than what they meant to convey with the show, that they're gonna lean too much into what they remember the response was, as opposed to making the art that they had once created. Like, I worry about that. Not just for like Sex and the City. I'm not a big fan of that show to begin with, but like that's
you
like
could just say Gossip Girl, Ray. You could just say Gossip Girl.
They got some people of color on Gossip Girl now. I didn't want to mess it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hate.
They do, but that is the same sort of thing. It is, you know, the original Gossip Girl aired on the CW, and it was for teenagers, and we enjoyed watching it because it was trashy and fun. And now the new Gossip Girl, you know, people, it's like someone thinks that they're writing The Sopranos.
Yeah, they're too invested in the conversation to come. It's like uncomfortable sometimes. Yeah.
What if they are intentionally bad costumes, and then we go to the credits and it says the costumer is Kim Cattrall? Like, that's the dream.
That would be the greatest revenge. The greatest revenge.
She's secretly on the show the whole time,
right? Toiling in near the wardrobes.
Well, speaking of bad fashion, my Keep It this week goes to the resurgence of Dolce & Gabbana.
Woof. And we jailed people. Went to jail. Yes.
People died. But I just want to go through a small list of the litany of offenses that Dolce & Gabbana committed. They had colonial style imagery of black women on the catwalk in 2012.
If you know them, you get it. I mean, it's just whatever.
They opposed gay adoptions. The only family is the traditional one.
Well, we can all agree on that. Go ahead.
They voiced support of Melania Trump. Who
has done not one thing in her life. Go ahead.
Gabbana said, I don't want a Japanese designer to design for Dolce & Gabbana.
Oh, I didn't even know about that one.
Gabbana, on an Instagram post of Selena Gomez, wrote, she's so ugly. And you know I'm a Selena-ator, okay?
Wait,
by the way, watch.
Life?
Oh, yes, in real life in 2018, commented on one of her posts.
That's so mind-blowing.
Didn't write it in English, wrote it in Italian, but it translates to she's so ugly. And I'm like, do not come from my bitch who needs to get an Emmy nomination for Only Murders in the Building, okay?
I haven't watched it yet. I can't wait to watch it.
Oh, she's doing good work. You're going to love it, Lewis. Actually, it's very Manhattan murder mystery.
That's what I thought, and that's what I prefer.
I've heard good things.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Had a advertisement of like a Chinese model trying to eat Italian food using chopsticks, making fun of Chinese people. Basically, Dolce & Gabbana is trash. Racist, hated gay people, a lot of awful shit. Who is doing the PR for Dolce & Gabbana? Because they recently did a show in Venice, and the amount of money that had to have been spent on this show to fly nearly damn every celebrity in the world to Venice to be at their show, but not just be at their show, to be dressed in Dolce Gabbana. The amount of money and drip that has been used to make people forget that they're basically trash is wild to me. And the fact that you have stylists and, celebrities who I love, like Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, Saweetie, being involved in this, it's just upsetting. Sydney Sweeney was there.
Wait, Jennifer Lopez was one of them, was she not?
Yes.
It's kind of embarrassing too, like aside from like Dolce and Gabbana being trash people pretending to like Black people so that other Black people aren't mad at them enough to cancel them. It's like how easily are our Black people bought, right? Like Diddy's daughters walked in the fashion show, right?
Yeah.
And
Ciara was there.
Ciara was there. There are all these videos going viral of Megan and Normani
twerking for people who hate Black people.
Yeah, it's
in their clothes.
That breaks my heart to say about my beloved Megan, but yeah, that's like embarrassing. It's like
it's giving Spike Lee Bamboozled.
Yes, it's giving sellout. It's giving sellout. It's giving Uncle Thomasina. It's disappointing, and it's like Normani, you can't afford bad press. Nothing is going right for you right now. Like, what are we doing?
You know who was not wearing Dolce and Gabbana? Chloe Bailey, who's dropping her single soon. Okay, you should be worried about Chloe Bailey. Should be worried about Chloe Bailey taking your food, Normani. You know I love a Stan war. I'm a barb. I love a Stan war.
That's true.
I miss the era where Stan wars just meant you would drop bees in people's Instagram comments when they said something rude about Beyonce. Now Beehive will try to murder people. Like they did. Crazy. But also, very short keep it to that woman for Glamour magazine who wrote that list of 10 best and 10 worst Beyonce songs for her birthday. Clearly designed to troll.
And don't hate on EXO. Stop playing with me. I love EXO.
I love EXO. No, wait, the number one worst song was Beautiful Liar. Guys, I enjoy that song. I think
it's perfect.
Yeah.
She and Shakira are so camp in that song.
Right. No, they're like eels in this song. Synchronized, which is very hard to do.
They're Ursula's eels.
Yeah. Right.
And best thing I never had. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, that was true. That was truly wild. Also, the fans who were saying Halo didn't belong on the list are very wrong. Halo sucks.
Halo sucks.
And also, you can put Single Ladies on that list too. One of her worst singles ever.
That's a little crazy.
Is it that this white woman wrote a list?
No, she was Black.
She was Black?
She was Black.
You said Glamour. I assumed white woman. My bad.
Glamour lets right for them, Ray.
Really? They put a U in Glamour, so I figured they don't like Black people.
The U means unaccepted here for Black people. Yeah, it was clearly designed to troll, but it's just real nonsense, and to do it for on the eve of Beyonce's 40th birthday was disrespectful.
Blow would have been in my top 10, by the way.
Iconic song. Oh, she put my favorite Beyonce song on her list of worst, which is Sugar Mama.
That's your favorite?
That's my favorite.
Okay.
I love that song. It's funky.
I'm not going to... I'll remember that. All right.
Damn, that was so good. I want to buy him a short set. Who else would open a song like that? But you also know that my favorite Destiny's Child song is Apple Pie a la Mode. So
that's also insane.
I love ridiculous Prince-esque songs that sound like they were written for Vanity 6, but somehow Beyonce got them.
I kind of think Blow falls into that category. Yeah. My favorite Destiny's Child songs are, of course, Lose My Breath and Soldier, which I believe they weren't an A-side and a B-side, but if that would be the clutch A and B side of the 2000s.